Creative Visualization, which is an international bestseller now, was the book that started it all. So how did creative visualization come to be?
Well, at that point, my friend Mark Allen and I were leading workshops and imparting to people the things that we were learning that we were excited about. One of them being the technique of creative visualization, which is basically just being able to imagine something that you really want to such a real state that you actually help bring it into being in your life. And I was using that in my life for everything. Need a new apartment? Okay, I'll visualize that. Want to feel greater self-esteem? Okay, I can visualize that. You can use it for so many things. So I was all excited about that, and what I wanted to share it with people. And I was leading workshops at that point, so I decided I would write a little booklet, just a little, with a few of these ideas in it that we were learning. And so I sat down and I started writing, and I was really inspired and, really working on it for a while. And then something happened, and I just stopped. I got blocked, and I couldn't write anymore. And I didn't know what to do about that. I realized that there was a part of me that was saying to me, who do you think you are? I mean, I had just begun all this work, really. I was in just the first few years of this kind of self-discovery, and I thought, oh my gosh, that's true. Well, who do I think I am that I would have, things to impart to people that would be useful and valuable to them? So I stopped, and I stopped for several months. And really what's interesting is what got me going again was the fact that I had actually sent out a little message to my people on my mailing list saying that I was going to have this little booklet that would be available at a certain time, and they could send in $5, and I would send it to them when I got it done. So a few people sent me $5. And then I wasn't working on the book, and I started to feel so guilty that I said, I sent them word and said, I'll send your money back if you want. And they all basically responded, no, just keep it and send us the booklet when it's done. So I felt guilt was a perfect motivator for me at this point, which just goes to show you that anything in life can motivate us. Because then I really felt like, okay, I've got to get this done and send this to these poor people. So I did that, and I did finish it, and I did feel good about it. And we didn't even try to do anything with a big publisher. We just sort of decided to do our own publishing. And so I borrowed $1,000 from my mom so we could print up the books, and I took them around to the bookstores in our area. In those days you could just do that, take them and put them on consignment. And the book began to sell, and gradually as an underground book, and then just kept on for the last 40 years now.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's amazing.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Did you ever imagine when you first started where this path would lead?
I really didn't. I had no idea. I was in my 20s. I'd graduated from college with a degree in dance, which wasn't going to really do much for me because I wasn't good enough to be a professional dancer. I'd done some traveling. I actually ended up traveling all around the world on kind of a shoestring, as a lot of us were doing in those days. And when I got back to my home in the San Francisco Bay Area, I realized that I was on some kind of path that had to do with me learning and developing myself as a person and discovering what my gifts are to share with the people in the world. And I just was really following my intuitive feeling, although at that time I didn't even know that much about intuition, but that's what I was doing. And one day I went to a workshop, because of course I was reading all the metaphysical books and going to the workshops, and in a workshop on creative visualization, the teacher had us write out, our expectations or our visions for next year, and then for 5 years, and then for 10 years. And I remember thinking, how do I know what I'm going to be doing in 5 years? My gosh, that seems like forever, Well, when I did the exercise, I actually wrote each thing for each of those years. I was shocked and amazed because this entire vision came to me that I really had no idea about. writing books, leading workshops, traveling around the world, and all those things. And that's what has happened. That's what came about.
So it was really meant to be.
It was really meant to be.
Yeah.
Absolutely.